Okay, this is another way to subtract mixed numbers. So in the previous video, I did it by borrowing, but now I'm going to add, we're going to call this like differences. In other words, so the concept is this. So if you add this, so if you subtract numbers, you're going to get an answer. But if you add the same thing to both numbers and then subtract them, the concept is that the difference would be the same either way. So we call this like differences. So the concept here is that I want this. What would I have to add to this to get it to be, don't think about the subtraction sign as a negative, but just think of 2 and 3/4. What would I have to add to this 3/4 to bump this up to be 3? Well, notice if I added 1/4 here, if I added 1/4, 3/4 and 1/4 would make this 3 down here, right? So that would make this equal to 3. I guess I'll put it down here. That would make that 3. So 1/4 and 3/4 is 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3. Now this would mess the whole problem up if I don't do the same thing here. So if I do the same thing here, 3 and 1/4 plus 1/4, 1/4 and 1/4 is going to be 2/4. So this would be 3 and 2/4. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract these. So what I have is 3 and 2/4 minus 3. And so 3 minus 3 is 0, and 2/4 minus nothing, there's nothing out here, is 2/4, which is the same thing as 1/2. So I got 1/2 in the previous video, but this is a pretty cool concept. This is a pretty cool way to do it. So I didn't have to borrow. I actually built this up to be a whole number. So I had 3/4. I needed to add 1/4 more to make this 3. And then I made sure that I did the very same thing up here. So if I added 1/4 here, I added 1/4 here, which made it 2/4. And now 3 minus 3 is 0. And 2/4 minus nothing here is 2/4, which reduces to 1/2. So in the previous video, I did it by borrowing. Here I'm doing it by the same difference idea, that the fact that if I add the same thing to both numbers, that the difference would be the same. Since I added the same thing to both numbers, the difference would be the same. You know, an example with whole numbers would be something like this. Like, let's say you did 8 minus 5. What do you expect 8 minus 5 to be? Well, 8 minus 5 is 3. So what if I added 2 to the 8, and I added 2 to the 5, and then I subtracted them? Well, notice that the difference is going to be the same. So if I add the same thing to both numbers, when I subtract them, I'm going to get the same answer. That's the idea that's going on here. So pretty cool concept. Later.